I want him to do it for a fourth time.
And finish it this time.
Yes, I want Deontay to finish this. I would love for them to do it again, and as usual, I think Deontay would knock him out if they did it for a fourth time.
I heard you mention him a minute ago, Deontay Wilder.
Yes.
We thought that fight with Anthony Joshua was going to be happening around the Christmas period.
January,
it looks
baby.
Very unlikely now. What's the situation?
The communications is just on standstill, and you could say both parties is considering other options just because the communication has, you could say, like I said, been on a standstill, has died down a bit. And neither one of these guys can hold up their career any more longer than they held up their career.
Do you think it's at a standstill because of location, or do you think it's money, terms, like?
When money is not the problem, and we're dealing with, Saudi Arabia, and they want, obviously, they're a great country, but they want more value concerning entertainment brought to their country. And Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua has a fight planned there. Then all of a sudden, the plan's going freeze, and then Usyk and Fury sign a contract for a fight there in, I believe, December, something like
December
that.
23rd.
Yeah, so it's really confusing. The only thing I'm really concerned with is Deontay getting active.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Fighting and, making big money and being involved in big-time boxing. But this whole thing right here has been very, very, very confusing because I think when I was here last time, I just was saying the time before last when I had a Jiro fight in Chisora. Mm-hmm. After the fight, they had me watching it. I was saying January, baby, because this is where the stakes was at. But now, it just seemed like there's no telling. I just hope and pray that this fight doesn't end up having the Lennox Lewis-Riddick Bowe effect, where two great heavyweights don't end up fighting each other. And in my opinion, I would much rather see Deontay fight Anthony Joshua more than I would have liked to see Lennox Lewis fight Riddick Bowe. I'm much more interested in the Joshua Wilder fight, But that may be because I come up in this time, so it's different. But it's a frustrating time for all of us right now, I'm sure. At least on our side, because this is a fight that we want.
Yeah.
And this is a fight Deontay been chasing after for the last 5 years, you can say. I personally think Anthony Joshua is fine if he don't fight Deontay Wilder in his career. He's not chasing the legacy of fighting Deontay Wilder, and that may be cool. His career is not defined on one man, but to me, your career is defined on super fights. Mm-hmm. When I think of Sugar Ray Leonard, I think of the incredible job he did to Marvin Hagler. Mm-hmm. I think of the super fight when he had against Tommy Hearns. Fights. I think about when you think about great fighters, you think about their great fights. And one of the great fights I want to remember these guys by is them fighting each other. So hopefully it happens. But it is a bit frustrating right now because I want the best for Deontay.
Yeah, it's so frustrating for the fans as well. It's a fight we want to see.
Yes.
And you said there about how frustrating it is. Obviously, Usyk and Fury have now agreed to fight in December.
Yeah.
Has that kind of rattled Deontay a bit? Like, hey, I've been trying to get my fight on for ages. How come they've now managed to get it over the line and we haven't?
I don't really know. When I talk to Deontay, which is, very quite often because we have a close relationship, he doesn't really he doesn't talk like that about the fight. I think if you ask me personally how I feel about it, I'm very jealous about it. Mm-hmm. I would much rather Deontay in this position than those guys fighting. I would much rather Deontay and Joshua fight being in December than Usyk and Fury fight being in December. I want the best for Deontay, and the best for Deontay is his fight against Anthony Joshua being in December or January. Yeah. When I say the jealous thing, I don't mean at the individuals. I mean at you could say the consideration they have gotten with this match being made. It's a high-level fight. So much revenue comes with it. So many fans is going to watch it. So much light is going to be brought on it. I don't wish them that when it comes to Deontay. I wish all of that for Deontay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I want him in those positions. I want him earning all the revenue. Yeah. I want him being under the lights. I want the world to see what he can do to Anthony Joshua. Mm-hmm. So it's a bit frustrating, jealous, like I said. And
And obviously, as his coach, though, you want him to be active. And
I want him to be active,
he's been pretty unactive recently because of all of this that's going on. You said there's alternative options on the table. Is that Andy Ruiz? Is that who we're looking at for the next fight for Wilder now?
Hopefully. Ruiz is a top-tier heavyweight, so anybody that's in that top tier, including Ruiz, is definitely an option. We may go with Ruiz. Who else is there? We Usyk, but Usyk is fighting Fury. Who else is there? I wouldn't mind seeing Deontay knock out Jang, who just beat Joe Joyce. He put himself in position to be an option, and I would want that to be in Jang's country. Who else? Who else is really there? At the top tier, everybody is tied up or busy. AJ, pardon me. AJ may be fighting Hagrovic, from what I'm hearing, so that may be a little tied up. Who else is there?
So is Wilder in the gym at the moment still preparing? Like,
Absolutely.
what's he? Yeah,
Yes.
so he's like ready at the drop of a hat if something does come up there.
If you've seen him now, you'll think he's fighting tomorrow. He's in dog shape. We're always drilling, working on fundamentals. Whenever it is he's at home, he's training in his gym. He's always ready. It's just about, getting these big fights on, because he's at the point of his career, he just can't fight anybody. He's big-time boxing, and he should be in big-time fights.
Yeah, and you're obviously, talking with Ruiz at the moment, and he's sharing quite a lot of stuff on social media of his training. Have you caught any of it? Have you kind of got an opinion on how he's looking?
No, someone sent me something, but they sent me a screenshot of an interview he was doing. What did he say?
Oh, I don't know which interview that is.
It was in the last 48 hours, because I just got it this
I don't think
morning.
I've seen it yet.
Yeah, they said he, was saying something. I think probably just was saying he wanted to fight Deontay, something like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But when you want to fight Deontay, you have to be ready to sign a contract.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier about the fact that you're interested in a fourth bout with Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Is that something we could actually see happen?
Hopefully. That right there, it just depends on. It's so many big fights on the table, but time-consuming wise, a lot of these fights just aren't available right now.
Yeah.
So this is where the frustration come from. If everybody is busy and everybody has fights lined up, then who's available for Deontay at the highest level? Because everybody at the highest level is, tied up into other big fights. So that's the frustrating part. So, don't be surprised if we go with Andy Ruiz by January and knock him out. And then, just see what we could do from there. But, Andy Ruiz is available. He was available 4 months ago when we gave him an offer. But, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's frustrating for everybody, because I'm sure Andy wants to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just in terms of the Tyson-Deontay Wilder previous fights, now, everyone talks about Wilder's power, obviously.
Yes.
He put Tyson Fury on the canvas, and everyone thought that was it. It was lights out. He was done. Somehow Tyson got up from that.
Yes.
I mean, what's your take on it? Because anyone else, I can't see them getting up after Wilder catching them like that.
And he got up how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times, correct?
I think it was definitely 3, yeah.
No, because 2 times in the first fight.
Oh, across all, yeah.
2 times in the first fight, which was 2 shots that had him. He got knocked down twice. In the second fight, he didn't get knocked down. And in the third fight, he got knocked down. So it's 4 times he's been knocked down by Deontay, and he's got up every time. I don't know how to act like that's not a good thing, or act like you can't give him credit. You got to get a man credit. His intestinal fortitude, I believe it's more of a spiritual thing than a physical thing. I believe it's more of mental toughness than anything else. And it's been shown that Tyson Fury, he's mentally tough. He refused to be denied, even when all the stacks is, when all the chips are stacked against him. Because when you get hit with a Wilder right hand, and you can see the waves go through your body, and you take that shot and you get up, and then you get knocked down again and get up.
Watching the slow motion, you can literally see
it
was crazy.
Yes. And he got up from there. You got to commend him on that. But I want him to do it for a 4th time.
And finish it this time.
Yes, I want Deontay to finish this. Yes, please.
Do you know what? Mike Tyson actually recently was talking to Male Sport, and he said that Wilder Fury is his favorite fight ever.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that what Wilder and Fury are doing for the heavyweight division is up there, that he was full of praise. And I think Wilder doesn't get enough credit for his role in those fights. Like, I feel like when everyone talks about it, they talk about the Tyson Fury side of it. It takes 2 great boxers to put on a show like that.
Yes, absolutely, especially at that level, especially with that type of violence that they displayed, the character that they showed, the way they sold the fight. Because both of them have big personalities, so the fight was already sold. And when they got in there, they fought like real warriors and real champions. And it just was a good thing to be a part of. I'm extremely grateful and forever indebted to Deontay for trusting me with his career, with his life, and believing in me. And I haven't turned back since.
Yeah.
And I would love for them to do it again. And as usual, I think Deontay would knock him out if they did it for a fourth time.
And I want to finish by talking about Gerald Washington.
Yeah.
Now, last time I spoke to you, you were saying he was obviously fighting Chisora, and you were saying afterwards you wanted him to fight Andy Ruiz and Wilder to fight Joshua.
Yes.
Obviously, that's all changed a little bit now. If Wilder's fighting Ruiz, who do you want for him?
Well, first things first, I want Gerald to get back in the gym on an everyday basis. Mm-hmm. First, we have to start there. And he's on the second half of his career, so whatever it is he's going to do, it need to be done now. Mm-hmm. We got to, step on the gas. But Gerald has been handling a lot of things at home with his family, with his house, with his boat. Like, let me tell you something about Gerald Washington. Gerald Washington is one of the most incredible human beings you'll meet. When I look at him, I don't even think about boxing. I just think about, I'm happy I have a friend like him in my life. So as far as who's his next opponent, what's he going to do with boxing, I'm not quite sure yet, because I was expecting a lot out of him for the Chisora fight, and things didn't turn out in that fight for him the way I would have liked him to. But we'll see what he's going to do. But whatever it is he decided to do, whether it's fight on, whether it's stop, whether it's get back in the gym, when you take to these guys and they become like your brothers, you're fine with whatever decision they make and you'll back them on it. And that's how I feel about Gerald Washington. Whatever decision he make, fight on, let's do it. If you don't want to do it no more, even better. I don't have to work, you know what I mean? So, it's cool.
Yeah. And just touching on Chisora there for a second, he's been here this week.
I was with him yesterday, yeah.
Animated as ever.
Yeah.
I mean, we heard him calling for John Fury to take off his shirt yesterday. He's just a character in and of himself.
Yeah.
He said that he has no plans to retire anytime soon. Mm-hmm. What do you make of that? Because I know a lot of people in the public feel like he should call it a day now. What do you reckon?
Chisora, it's really tough, because you want the best for him, and telling a fighter to retire is almost like telling them don't put food on your table. But when you care about these guys, or you want the best for these guys, I wouldn't say care, like, so you want the best for people, you want the best for their health. Mm. And Chisora has done more than enough in this sport. He's gave the fans, he's gave the British public, he's gave worldwide blood and guts. So if he did retire, it wouldn't be the worst thing. But if he wanted a couple more, you could say, easy fights or something like that, just to keep the spirit going, I understand that. Like, because there's still guys out there, to me, not in the top tier that he can beat. But there's still guys out there that, he can earn some good paychecks from fighting, and he could sell the fight and get the public behind it and riled up. Mm. So it's a good thing. But I'm proud of Derek. He's done a lot, in my opinion, for British boxing. He did it his way. He's always been an odd guy of himself. And, characters like him are very, very rare. It's been a pleasure, walking through this life with him so far, my experiences with him.
And to finish, what are your predictions for Tyson Fury and Usyk?
About 3 months ago, I was 50-50, but right now, after watching Usyk and Dubois fight, I'm 70-30 Fury right now. But I'm sure that'll change, because I got a good relationship with Usyk, and I want him to win. But if I was a betting man right now today, I would bet on Fury. But I'm sure that'll change once I see Usyk training and stuff like that. I'm like that. Like, what I mean? Sometimes I get who I want to win and who I think really will win misconstrued sometimes. But right now, just being an honest man, I give the edge to Fury right now. Yeah, bigger.
Still got a lot of time until the fight, so
yes.
I'll have to ask you again closer to the time.
Please do, Charlotte.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Yes.